Good morning, all. So, welcome back at application of accounting standard IAS classes. AS classes for overview of accounting standards. Application of accounting standards, sorry. Good, very good. Good morning to all. Yeah, Jyoti Jha, good morning. Pritika, Injal, Patil, Partha, Ilavarsi, Anuradha, Arun, Injal, Vinay. RTP November 2021, please explain in it. R Limited has 60% voting right in S Limited. S Limited has 15% voting right in T Limited. R Limited directly enjoys voting right of 10% in T Limited. R Limited has 60% in S Limited. S Limited has 15% in T Limited. Okay, so doesn't matter. We will discuss it better. So send your presence better. Tanu, exactly this class will be relevant for November 23 exams. There is no problem because you should have to understand this thing that our syllabus has been changed many times. But when I have studied this particular chartered accountancy course, that is CA intermediate, I have also studied AS 19, all these AS, whatever we are studying now. And the concept is also similar since that date. So it is more than 20 years, approximately 20 years. Yeah. So there's nothing going to be big change anywhere. This is just a formality. This is just a simple minor changes which are coming because the basic syllabus, the logical syllabus will always remain same. Second thing is these classes are specifically for May and November only, because if you will see, then the syllabus is always similar, and also it doesn't make any big difference. In case of income tax, there may be a difference better because there may be some changes which may come. But in case of accounting and other classes like law, etc., there are not any big change coming into the syllabus. Yeah, good morning to all, beta. But I don't think that everyone has sent their presence. So fast send your presence by way of good morning or by way of hello, hi, whatever you feel suitable. Hello to all of you. If you doesn't feel good morning as well, because good morning is the day, is a word which will give you energy when you will start your day, when you will work in your day with the word good morning every time. Even you are working in the afternoon, you are working in the evening. If you once say good morning, energy automatically comes to you because energy comes from the sun, and sun gives us the sun rises in the morning. So whenever we are saying good morning, we are indirectly reminding the sun, which is giving us energy and the environment of morning. So that helps us to be energetic, that helps us to start anything with the energy. So always I'm trying to say good morning for the benefit of my students, because they may have a habit of saying good morning and they may do everything with the energy. Good. Harini, Anuradha, Bala, Vinodani, Tanu, everyone. Manoj, Vinay, very good. Rajashiri, everyone. Good. So today, what we have to do is, I think we have done a number of AS beta. So today, my target is not to cover a new AS first. I would like to go and check it out, whatever is your presence of mind till now, whatever you have understood till now. So due to that reason, I have done something different for you today. Starting from the AS4 beta. First of all, yeah, very good. Now I would like to say someone have sent their new presence, Shabir Gul, maybe from Kashmir, Manjunath, very good. So a few students has sent their new name, which is good for me. So let's start with something new. Just tell me one thing. The question is on your board. These are some old questions of your examination which I have compiled for you. Would like to discuss with you from AS4 to the AS till date we have covered. So this is the first question which has been shooted to you. Give me the answer in the way it should be given. Because I think, first of all, we'll have to discuss that the procedure, what will be the procedure of giving the answer? How you will have to give the answer? I have already discussed in my first lecture. Let's start with that. Tell me what will be the procedure, okay? And what will be the right answer in this case? Read it, give the answer. Fast. In every question, I'll give you 2 minutes to think and give the answers. So 2 minutes are there. So your time starts now. Question is in front of you. ABC Limited couldn't recover rupees 10 lakhs from a debtor. The company is aware that the debtor is in great difficulty. The account of the company were finalized for the year ended 31st of March by making a provision at 20% of debtors. The debtor become bankrupt in April and nothing is recoverable from him. Do you advise the company to provide for the entire loss of rupees 10 lakh in the books of accounts for the year ended 31st of March 2005 or not? Abdul comes first with the answer. Good, very good. I think you should have to give the answer in this way, but I would like to suggest now. Just mention, I already discussed with you that first of all, you have to give introduction, name of the AS, because these all things should be clear to you. First of all, the name of AS is mandatory. What will be the AS? Number and name. Second thing, relevant para, topic to be discussed. Well, we are not coming to the exact question, but we will discuss the relevant topic and then give a conclusion by correlating topic with the question. So it will be a 3 parts discussion beta always. First is AS name, number and name. Second is relevant topic to be discussed. Conclusion by correlating topic with the question. So today, whatever question I will ask, you will have to give first of all the AS number and name. Okay, this is normally known to everyone because you have already done it. One thing. Second thing, it will not be difficult for me. It will not be easy for me to keep it a secret because I would like to discuss first of all questions of one AS and then next AS. Obviously, this will be known to you. But even then, I would like to listen. I would like to see the actual name of that AS if you will be able to tell me. So actual name of the AS must be sent to me, number and name. Simultaneously, relevant topic if you are not able to send because it will be difficult to write too much. So you may leave that. But you should have to give the conclusion. So conclusion is mandatory. Okay. So give the conclusion and number and name, which is required. And that another thing, the answer must be given by every student. If anyone is not giving the answer, then they may leave the class. There's no problem, because today I would like to go for the concept in this way. I would like to check and practice you in the AS, because we have already covered many AS beta. Just covering the syllabus doesn't mean for that you are going to clear it. Yesterday, the result of CA Inter has already been declared, and I have seen that the result is approximately, for both the groups, it is approximately 11-12% or 13% for CA Inter and final. And if we'll go for individual groups, it varies from 18 to 23%. So result is always on the lower side, if we will see. And this is due to the reason because our students are just reading the books but not practicing. If you will practice, obviously you will get good result. So I'm not going to ask whomsoever has given the exam, but I would like to ask later on after this question, just tell me, have you given the exam? And no, whether you have cleared CA Intergroup 1 or not. That's it. This is my question after answering this question. Okay. If you have cleared, send me the yes. If you have not cleared, obviously there is no need of sending anything, because I'm not going to do anything wrong. है ना? अच्छा नहीं लगेगा. As per AS4 events present at the balance sheet. Very good. Jyoti Jha has given the answer. Anuradha has given the answer. Vinay has given the answer, because it will help you to practice beta. Ritika, Jyoti, Ilavarsi, very good. Ilavarsi, okay. Ritika, I'm not asking you to what, I'm asking from you the number of AS. You should have to write this is the number of AS, okay? Good, 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 good. Congratulations to Anuradha. Have a clap for her. She have cleared this, but 10 years ago. Okay. It is very old. Chalo, even then it's good. Bala Vinodani, very good. Jyoti Jha, very good. So this is AS4 beta. One thing. Second is the name of the AS is always known to everyone. So answer is in front of you now. See the answer. This is the way how you will have to present the answer. According to AS4, contingencies and events occurring after the balance sheet date. In case additional information is available in respect of condition, existed on the balance sheet date, we have to adjust that asset or liability if any significant event occur after the balance sheet date, but before the date of approval. So this is the way how you will have to write. So then we have to correlate it. In the present case, debtor balance as on 31st of March 2005 should be suitably adjusted by providing for the entirement due from the debtors who has become bankrupt, as nothing is going to recover. So it is required to be adjusted, as in this case, the condition existed on the balance sheet date in respect of which additional evidence has been provided by bankruptcy by the debtor. So this is a 4 marks or 5 marks sure for you. You get the marks, that's it. 4 marks are sure now, 5 marks are sure now, whatever it is. Very good. So maximum students have given the answer. So those who have not given the answer, I would like to suggest them must give the answer. Now, next. Question number 2 is in front of you. Start giving the answer. Now try to give the right answer in the proper words. I would like to get full answer from you, whatever you are interested to write in the exam. Then I'll tell you. You may compare that, and you may tell me whatever is your. You may work accordingly. Okay. As on 31st of March, there was a claim. There was a claim for damages. Yeah. Start reading the question, and then 2 minutes are given to you. The right way of covering the AS, as Bala Vinodani has asked a query, sir, the AS are clear, but when it's read alone, it's clear. But when we are doing questions, it is quite confusing. Beta, this is the practice. This is a practice which is required. I would like to suggest you to write the answer, as much answer as you can. I've already suggested you to go for the 10-year scanner, etc., whatever you can arrange from the market. Because if you will see your ICA module, ICA BOS app or ICA BOS website, in that only 5 attempts are given to you. But we need more questions for practice. So I suggest you to go for more and more questions from your 10-year, because it will help you to understand which type of questions are coming into the exam and how to give the answers. So due to that reason, I have already suggested you. I think you people have not done it. Due to that reason, I have started it now for you. These are the questions from your previous examinations, which I have already compiled for you. These are some questions which have been compiled by me. So I'm interested to do by your side. So don't worry, beta. Do more and more practice. I'm unable to send you this file because there are some glitches for that. So वैसे भी अगर आपको मैं send कर भी दूंगा, even if I'll send it to you, you are not going to do it, because if I'll send you with answers, it will be of no use. If I'll send without answers, then obviously we need to discuss it. That we are discussing now, beta. So just discuss with me and practice now. Fast. Everyone must send the answer. So fast, beta. Yes, very good. Very good. Started with Bala Vinod, started with Harini Nara, Jyoti Jha, Karthik, Anuradha. Anuradha, please check it out. This is not a prior period item. Okay. Prior period items are those which are errors or omissions in the last year. So here there is no such case, beta. Pooja, congratulations. So Pooja has cleared this time. So I am really enlightened to announce that the Pooja has cleared exams, and she says thank you so much to ICAE for providing excellent faculty. Only because of ICAE classes I passed my group 1 of Inter. Thank you, sir. Lot of thanks to everyone. I'm also thankful to ICAE and all the faculty members of ICAE who let it happen that students are now congratulating, thankful to ICAE for these efforts. Very good. Those very good. Bala Vinodani, Ilavarsi, Piyush, very good. Sharon, but everyone has not given the answer. Those who have not given the answer, why I doesn't know. I'm not able to understand beta. Fast, send the answers. So in this case, this is the way how you will have to give the answer beta. The procedure is in front of you. So here it is very much clear. Yes. So here the company has adopted what treatment? See here it is. Company has made a provision for this contingent liability, which it says will be reversed in the next year, which is purely wrong. Because here everything is very much clear before the balance sheet date. So comparatively easy case, easy concept. So what you have to write here, we have given the answer in the first line, but it is not mandatory. You may give the answer in the conclusion, it will be always good. So first of all, we have mentioned the name and the number of the AS. And then we have mentioned that this is whenever we are talking about significant event, because in this case, this is a significant event. And either it is a favorable or non-favorable, that is not a point. So in both the cases, if anything comes to our notice, then it must be adjusted. So point is it should be adjustable, but it should be significant. Whether it is favorable or non-favorable, that is not a point of discussion. So everything is to be adjusted. So two types of events are there. So this will add some material to your particular answer because we are interested to get 4 or 5 marks in the exam in this particular small question in this only where there is only one line answer is there. So how to get it? You will have to give this way. Two types of events can be identified, those which provide further evidence of condition that existed at the balance sheet date beta. And the second thing is those which are indicative of the condition that arose subsequent to the balance sheet date. So former is called adjusting event and later is called non-adjusting. So we are giving the answer. The present case falls into the category of adjusting event because we come to know even before that. Hence, this fact should be taken into account and there is no ground for making a provision for this contingent liability and the final outcome has been confirmed. Well, one thing I would like to tell you, in the previous question, you need not to write off the bad debts. You should have to create 100% provision. That's it. Because bad debts has not yet occurred. So you'll have to write off the complete loss by providing for provision. That is a point only. Here also, we'll have to reverse this provision because this is confirmed from the next information that the loss has not been occurred. Okay, my dear. So next question is in front of you, beta. There are two parts of this question. First of all, do part one and then we'll go for part second. Major fire has damaged assets in a factory on 8th of April, beta. 8 days after the end, the loss is estimated to be rupees 16 crore. If the company has no insurance cover, the loss due to fire would be rupees 40 crores. Explain how the loss should be treated in the financial accounts of the. Now you have to give proper answer, beta. Full answer is required from your side. Very good, very good. Students are giving the answer. I'm enlightened to see that. This is my second lecture. Nadeem, doesn't matter. This is all about you. You may, if you have a knowledge of these, yes, you may give the answers accordingly, or you may see that how to give the answers then. If you are not able to give the answer, confusion is due to the reason of lack of proper understanding of the AS, Harini. You should have to do one thing, Harini. Read the AS4 once again and then AS5 once again. Basically, the major difference between these two AS is when you will go for AS4, then AS4 is basically regarding the events occurring after the balance sheet date. In that case, whatever question will come to you, in that question, he will talk about the balance sheet of the particular year, which is either not yet approved by the BOD or approved by the BOC. So case will be like that. But in case of AS5, you will get questions that I am in the current year and he will not talk about regarding the approval by the BOD. बेटा जो AS4 और 5 में डिफरेंस है, AS4 और 5 में जब भी कोई क्वेरी आएगी, जब भी कोई क्वेश्चन आएगा, तो उसमें वो बात क्या करेगा, एक पर्टिकुलर ईयर की बात करेगा और उसके बाद के पीरियड की बात करेगा जिसमें उसकी बैलेंस शीट को अप्रूव करा है कि नहीं करा, इसी की बातें करता रहेगा वो सारी, कि बैलेंस शीट अप्रूव कर दी, नहीं अप्रूव कर दी। अब जब AS5 की क्वेश्चन आएगा तो उस केस में वो एक पर्टिकुलर ईयर की बात करेगा और उसको कोरिलेट करेगा या तो पिछले साल से या फिर उसके बारे में बात करेगा कि हाँ जी भी जो हमारे उसमें BOD की अप्रूवल वाली बात, बैलेंस शीट की बातें वो नहीं करेगा आपसे। तो अभी मैं इसीलिए क्वेश्चंस दिखा रहा हूँ आपको, बेटा अभी पता लग जाएगा, अगर हम कुछ क्वेश्चंस कर लेंगे तो आपको 4 और 5 का डिफरेंस आराम से पता लग जाएगा। तो इसलिए फास्ट आप आंसर दो, गलत दो सही दो, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा बेटा। उससे क्या हो रहा है कि आपकी प्रैक्टिस होती जा रही है, आपको अपनी गलतियां पता लगती जा रही हैं और आप ठीक कर लोगे ना। सो दिस इज द राइट टाइम टू रेक्टिफाई योर सेल्फ। आज ही तो ये काम करना चाहिए, अभी इसके लिए वेट नहीं करना चाहिए। सो डू इट फास्ट बेटा। आप आंसर नहीं दोगे तो फिर गड़बड़ है। जो आंसर नहीं दे रहे वो पीछे रह रहे हैं, जो आंसर दे रहे हैं गलत सही से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा। गलत सही देने से आप लोगों के अंदर से आपको पता लगता जा रहा है कि मैं अगर आंसर देता तो ये गलत देता। मन के अंदर सोचना नहीं है, जो भी करना है यहाँ लिख के भेजना है बेटा। जो नहीं लिख के भेज रहे इसका मतलब है वो सिर्फ टाइम पास कर रहे हैं और कुछ नहीं कर रहे। तो लिख के भेजो। आप लोगों ने ये वाला यस करा है नहीं करा इससे भी कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, आप अपनी अंडरस्टैंडिंग से आंसर दो। फिर देखो मैं आंसर दूंगा आपको, आप दोनों को मिलाओ और आप समझ लोगे कि आपको आंसर क्या देना चाहिए, आपकी गलती कहाँ है उसको ठीक कर लेंगे हम। वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड। प्रियंका हैज गिवन द आंसर। माई वॉइस, ऑडियो, वीडियो इज एवरीथिंग इज ओके ना बेटा? ज्योति झा, वेरी गुड। नदीम, ओके। Okay, Harini, Pratika. Shivlani, very good. I'm reading your answers. I'm reading the answer of every student. Piyush Chaurasia, Vinay, very good, beta. Shabash. Manjunath, very good. Give the proper answer, Manjunath. Anuradha, good, very good. Saipa Viral, good. Sharan, good, very good. Remaining students have not sent the answer. So answer is in front of you, now disclosed to you. Well, so first of all, this is AS4, contingency and events occurring after the balance sheet date. Standard requires adjustment to assets and liabilities for the following events. Now, you may see this thing that here only adjusting and non-adjusting events are there. In this particular full AS, not too much big working is there. Either there are events occurring after the balance sheet date, which are adjusting and non-adjusting, but they must be significant. So the information is given accordingly better. And second is contingencies. So if we are talking about contingencies, then some minor difference may be there. So there is no contingency. So in this case, we have given the events that here, which provide further evidence of condition. Same thing is there, which indicate the fundamental accounting assumption, which are required to be reflected in the financial statement due to solvency, statutory requirement. So all that things are taken from the ES as normal beta. So the present event do not relate to the condition existed at the balance sheet date. Hence, no specific adjustment is required in the financial statement. However, AS4 requires a disclosure in respect of post-balance sheet events representing unusual changes affecting the existence or substratum of the enterprise at the balance sheet date. The loss of asset in factory can be considered to be an event affecting the substratum of the enterprise, means the presentation of financial statement is called substratum. Hence, an appropriate disclosure should be made in the director's report. So, if you will see that the major fire has been occurred on 8th of April beta in this case. It has not been occurred before 31st of March. So if any event has occurred which is not relating to the conditions existing at the balance sheet date, because if this event has occurred before 31st of March, obviously loss has been already entered in the books of accounts. And we have to make adjustment accordingly. But here the loss is not actually occurred during that period. So loss has been occurred in 2004-5. So if loss has been occurred in 4-5, it should be entered in the year 4-5, not in 3-4. This is a logical thing which is well known to everyone. It is not relating to the condition because 8 days after the year end closure. So it is not during 3-4. So into 3-4, we cannot enter it in the books of accounts, but we have to disclose it because it is a major thing. The loss is estimated to be 16 crore because 24 crore has been recovered from the insurance company. And even if there is no recovery, accordingly, we have to disclose it in our financial statements in board of directors report. That's it. Because if this event has been occurred before 31st of March, the loss has been occurred, and we have entered a loss of 40 crores in our books of accounts, and later on we come to know that the claim of 24 crores has come, then we may adjust that. We may enter that 24 crores in our books of accounts and enter loss of rupees 16 crore only. That we may done better. But in this case, no such thing is there. So accordingly, we have done all this thing. Any doubt to anyone? Asking queries from, sir, what amount 16 crore or 40 crore will be disclosed? There are two questions in this particular first point only. If you will have to give the answer, you have to give two answers. That either there is a loss of rupees, if there is a loss of rupees 16 crore, it should be disclosed in the financial statements. If there is a loss of rupees 40 crores, it should be disclosed in the financial statements. So we have to write only two extra lines for this particular point, because in this case, 16 crore is the first thing, 40 crore is the second thing, but both have same impact on our financial statements. Just amount is different. So accordingly, we have to show it only. We have to write extra two lines that if the company had no insurance cover, in this way we have to give the answer. If the company had no insurance cover, first of all, give the answer according to 16 crore. Then write extra lines. If the company had no insurance cover, the loss due to fire would be rupees 40 crore. Hence, in our disclosure, we have to give 40 crore, not 16 crores. That's it. I think these points are very well clear to every student. Then you have seen that these are the case studies actually, whatever comes to us in our exam. One more case study I have given you. As an auditor, how would you react the following situations? Included our sundry creditors was fees payable to legal counsel for suits filed against the company. Included was under sundry creditors fees payable to the legal counsel for suits filed against the company. The company is not aware of the status of the suit and hence didn't want to provide for the same. What should be your answer? So it will be disclosed in financial statements or report of approving authority, beta. Uday, it will be disclosed in the report of approving authority. That's it. Send the answer fast. What should be the right answer for this question number 7? How many of you have not covered this AS from me? How many of you have not yet covered the AS 4 and 5 as they were not in our last classes? Please send me. किस किस ने ये AS नहीं कवर किए हुए मेरे से, मतलब मेरे से या किसी तरह से भी जिन्होंने कवर ही नहीं किए हुए? किस ने ये AS नहीं कवर किए हुए मेरे से, मतलब मेरे से या किसी तरह से भी जिन्होंने कवर ही नहीं किए हुए? किस ने ये AS नहीं? First, send me the answer. What should be the right answer for this? As an auditor, how would you react the following situations? He says in our sundry creditors for fees payable to legal counsel for suits filed against the company, means this is the amount payable to the legal counsel. And the company is not aware of the status of the suit and hence didn't want to provide for the same. Company is not interested to provided for. This has come into your exam beta. Basically, sundry creditors are of various types. Let it be very much clear. Creditors for goods, creditors for expenses. So it doesn't make any big issue that where it is to be written. Abdul, this may not be the right answer. We'll have to disclose it in a better way. Or tarika koi? So could you give the answer of this query or not? I have to give the answer or you have to give the answer? Your time is already over. Fast. बेटा का देना है आंसर कि नहीं? अभी इसका दे सकते हो कि नहीं दे सकते? चलो मैं बताता हूँ. So first of all, this is as per AS4 beta. Okay. Now this is regarding certain conditions or situation existed at the balance sheet date, result of which are not known on the balance sheet date, or it will be depending upon occurrence or non-occurrence of one or more future events. So in the present case, there will be any actual liability on account of final account is something that needs to be assessed by the management. The auditor should exercise the judgment as to the outcome of the contingency. Now, the point is very simple. What he is interested to speak, first of all, I think you are not clear on the point also. He is talking about that whatever fees is payable to advocate, that is already entered in the books of accounts. Already entered. So if fees is already entered, it is not a problem because fees is to be entered. If it is payable, it is to be entered. So that he is saying regarding this, we need not to discuss anything. बेटा जो फीस है ना एडवोकेट को तो देनी है, वो तो सन्ड्री क्रेडिटर्स में इंक्लूडेड है, तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, इट इज ओके. बट जो वो केस लड़ रहे हैं, जो वो इस केस में जिसके लिए ये फीस दी जा रही है, वो उसकी बात कर रहा है. आपको क्वेश्चन थोड़ा समझ नहीं लगा मुझे लग रहा है, क्योंकि एग्जाम में अगर ऐसा क्वेश्चन आता है तो आप लोगों को अपनी इंग्लिश जो है वो इंप्रूव करनी पड़ती है. इंग्लिश की अंडरस्टैंडिंग, क्वेश्चन की अंडरस्टैंडिंग थोड़ी ध्यान से देखनी पड़ती है. इसमें दो पार्ट्स हैं. एक तो वो फीस की बात कर रहा है, एक वो बात कर रहा है जिस पर्टिकुलर पर्पस के लिए वो फीस दी गई है, पर्पस फॉर दैट फीस, फॉर पेमेंट ऑफ दैट फीस. वो इसके बारे में आपसे पूछ रहा है कि क्या इसको डिस्क्लोज करना है कि नहीं करना है. वो कह रहा है इसको मैं डिस्क्लोज नहीं करना चाहता जिस पर्पस के लिए वो फीस पे करेगी. पर्पस मतलब वो इवेंट, वो कंटिजेंसी, वो जो केस हमारे पे हुआ है जिसके लिए हमने ये फीस पे करी है, उस केस से रिलेटेड हमें कोई लॉस होगा फ्यूचर में तो वो हमें बुक्स में डालना है कि नहीं डालना है, उसकी बात कर रहा है. वो इस चीज की बात नहीं कर रहा फीस टू एडवोकेट की. ये तो बेटा डाल दी. देखो अगर हम किसी को कोई पेमेंट देनी बनती है वो तो वैसे भी डालनी जरूरी है. वो कह रहा है एडवोकेट लीगल काउंसिल को हमने फीस जो है वो आउटस्टैंडिंग शो करी हुई, करनी है, उसमें क्या प्रॉब्लम है. अगर आपने किसी को पैसे देने वो तो शो करने ही पड़ेंगे. सो देयर इज नो वरी बेटा, इसमें तो कोई टेंशन ही नहीं है. द प्रॉब्लम इज रिगार्डिंग द पर्पस फॉर विच दिस पेमेंट इज मेड. द पर्पस इज वी आर फाइटिंग अ केस. सो वेदर फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर केस whatever loss may occur due to that case, whether that loss is to be provided for in the books of accounts or not. So it meant for now this particular thing is depending upon the occurrence or non-occurrence of one or more future events. You should have to understand this thing. See the question once again. He says in sundry creditors it is included, so it's okay. So there's no worry. We need not to discuss it. Company is not aware of the status of the suit, not this fees. Company is not aware of the status of the suit. ये देखो इस पे मैंने जादू कर दिया. I have made a disclose. I have made highlighting of it particular suit word. So this is the word which is to be assumed as the important word, suit. Here this suit has been filed against us. For this suit we have paid this fees, but the fees is not an issue. Fees must be paid. Either it is due or paid, whatever it is, that is not a point of discussion. If it is due, it is to be kept as an outstanding payment. If it is already paid, it is very good. But here the second suit, which I am talking about, didn't want to provide for the same. So he is not interested to provide for the loss for that suit. Now, we are also not able to understand because the problem is he has not given us too much details. So what we will have to give the answer will be also given according to the question. So here we'll have to just give the reference of our theory. That's it. But our theory says that in this case, nothing is clear. This is very well known to us because he has not mentioned anything whether we will win the case or we will lose the case. So it means for this is a contingency. First thing is this. If it is a contingency, beta, so contingency में क्या होता है? What happens in contingency? Contingency, we have to give the definition of contingency that we have given. Now we know it very well that if there is any chance of occurrence of contingency, अगर contingency के कोई chance होते हैं, तो हम उस chances के base पर we are going to create a provision on the basis of that particular contingent amount. Now here, this is not mentioned to us. So what we will give? We will tell him that they must have to go for the opinion or understanding just a moment. This is opening again and again. My son is also using the computer, and when he uses, he's making some major changes. Then I am always trying to find from where he has done it. Okay. So a big paragraph has been written. देखो कितना अच्छा उसने paragraph लिखा हुआ है, कितनी अच्छी खासी उसने language लिख दी है, so that more marks can be taken by giving a detail. The auditor should exercise the judgment as to outcome of the contingency because nothing has been given regarding this contingency. Auditor should make their judgment on the basis of information. Okay. He should also, now we have to give both the cases that if he come to know from the third party valuation or from his own valuation that there is a chance of occurrence of this event, then he will have to create a provision for that. If there is no, if we are not sure about the chances of provision or we are unable to value it, because the point of valuation is very important in contingencies and events occurring after the balance sheet date. In that case, if contingency is there, there must be a chance of valuation of that contingency that this much loss may occur in future. Then we can create provision. If there is no chance of valuation, then we need not to create any provision. तो हम लोग provision create नहीं कर सकते if there is a probability that liability has been incurred and a reasonable estimate, the same should be provided for. So far as a suit where the very basis of the legal opinion is being contested, it is adequate if their disclosure is made as a contingent liability. That's it. So this is all about written. जो कितना अच्छा उसने लिख दिया और लिखने के बाद आपका आंसर आ गया. Failure to provide for the probable loss and to disclose the should be suitability qualified by the auditor. So auditor responsibility is what? As a auditor means we are talking about you. Your responsibility is to provide, is to disclose the liability should be suitably, because he is not disclosing it. He is not giving any provision for that. So this is to be disclosed. This is to be given. Qualified means qualified. There are various types of reports, as everyone knows. You have already done in auditing now. Okay, qualified means for reverse opinion. Means we are giving an opinion that he is not working in a proper way. He is not working correctly. So that is called qualified. Unqualified means for everything is okay. So that should be clear to every student. क्वालिफाइड का मतलब क्या हो गया, हमने अपनी रिपोर्ट को में लिख दिया कि हाँ जी ये पॉइंट यहाँ पर मेजर है कि इसने ना तो प्रोविजन क्रिएट करी है ना ही इसने कंटिन्यूअस लायबिलिटी को डिस्क्लोज करा है, जो कि गलत है. तो कंटिन्यूअस लायबिलिटी को डिस्क्लोज करना जरूरी है, ठीक है. और वैल्यूएशन नहीं कर सकते तो कोई बात नहीं, बट इसके लिए लिखना तो पड़ेगा. Company has to make provision, but provision can be created beta only and only if amount is known. So we have to write accordingly. We have written here The judgment as to outcome of contingency as determined the management. The auditor should make the judgment on the basis of information available up to the date of financial statement. If required, he can seek the opinion from the independent expert. If there is a probability that liability has been incurred on the balance sheet date and a reasonable estimate can be made, then he will have to create a provision. Otherwise, provision is not required. Okay. So, but he must have to give the detail that management has not done this effort. They have not even checked about the probable loss, or they have not gone for the disclosure in that. So all that should be written properly. Very good. Very good. Good morning, sir. Sorry, late joining. No problem, Ismail. Good morning. Very well. Welcome. We are discussing about the AS, so everyone must have to give the answer simultaneously. Between So let's discuss about the question number 4, beta. Let's start. This is obviously regarding AS5, whatever we are discussing, but you have to give the answer in the way what it should be. Okay. अभी आपको ये पता लग रहा है, मैं नेक्स्ट कोशिश करूंगा आपको पता भी ना लगे. ओके. अभी तो मैं 4 और 5 में डिफरेंस क्रिएट करवाना चाहता हूं आपको कि क्या डिफरेंस आपको पता लग जाए. फास्ट बेटा, फास्ट, फटाफट करो. Very good. So Anuradha has given the answer. Angel has given the answer. Piyush has given the answer. Abdul has given the answer, but only 4. Very bad. Fast. Remaining have not to give CA Intergroup 2 exams. If this question will come into the exam, we'll have to obviously do it better. Parnav, very good. Shivlani, very good. Jyoti Jha, very good. Vinay, very good. Uday, very good. Very good, Karthik. Harini, do it now. Don't think that I'll collect the material and then do it later on. Do it now because this is the right time to do. Okay. This is not available anywhere. This is my compilation, and sorry, I can't send it to you. The reason is there because it will consume a lot of time for me because this is taken from my own book which I have written. I have written a book on advanced accounting. Don't worry, I would like to publish it somewhere because if we'll publish it, obviously you will get this collection. This publication is available in Ludhiana only, and that is not possible for everyone to get. Very good. Priyanka, very good. Pratika, very good. Let's see. The increase in the provision is neither a extraordinary event, beta, nor it is a prior period item. This should be very much clear to you. It is not an extraordinary item as he's saying in the question, because he in the question he has already mentioned that is it a extraordinary item or a prior period item. Now, what is the definition of extraordinary and prior period item? That is to be given. To give the right answer, what you have to mention first of all which AS will cover it. Extraordinary item and prior period item. That is all known to everyone. It will be covered in AS 5. Let's discuss for that first. So he has discussed for that first. AS 5 defines the item extraordinary at this, or because this is the most important thing, prior period item as this. Okay. So what it is basically, extraordinary is not possible because that is like a tsunami, that is like a earthquake, that is called extraordinary item. We have already discussed. And talking about prior period, that is just a error or omission in the last year. So it is neither an error nor an omission in the last year. It is a general estimate. So it's a change in accounting estimate. Exactly right. Because here, if you will see that we have estimated that there may be a loss of 2.5%. But later on, we come to know in the next year, no, my provision was not right. I should have to increase the provision for doubtful debts to 8%. So this is just a change in accounting estimate, and that is fully allowed. There's no problem. So, but the nature and the amount of this particular change should be disclosed in the financial statement. That is a major thing which is to be done in this case, beta. Is that clear to everyone? Just tell me your query. Now, I have already given you the answer also, but just go and अब मेरे साथ बहस करो इस मैटर पे, मेरे साथ इस पे डिस्कस करो. You may go and discuss with me that what you are thinking, why you are thinking. So let's come to the conclusion that whether you was right or not. Okay. So I think those who are not interested to discuss with me, they may go for next AS. Next question number 5, but I would like to get queries from your side. किसी को भी माइंड में कोई पॉइंट आया कि ऐसा क्यों किया गया, तो मेरे से पूछो बेटा, लेट्स डिस्कस दैट। नहीं आया तो क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 करो और उसका आंसर दो मुझे फास्ट। गुड शिवरानिश, गुड गुड गुड। इट इज change in accounting estimate beta. Why? Because their here estimate has been changed. Earlier the estimate was 2.5%, now it has been made 8%. So what it was, see here it is, the present revision is arising clearly from ordinary activities of the enterprise. Also it is not error of omission. The said increase is a change in financial accounting estimate. Yeah, because there is no heading regarding change in accounting estimate given in the profit and loss account. In profit and loss account, we have headings like ordinary activities, extraordinary activities, and prior period items. There's no such heading change in accounting estimate or change in accounting policy. So this here we have not to disclose here it as a you may say extraordinary or prior period, then obviously it is covered under change in accounting estimate, obviously covered under ordinary activities because this is a routine working. But disclosure is to be given by way of change in accounting estimate, because whenever there is a change in accounting estimate made in the books of accounts, we will have to disclose it in our financial statements or reports. So in our audit report we have to show a tax audit report whomsoever is done by chartered accountants. In our director's report it is to be shown, in our notes to accounts is to be shown, better it is to be shown in notes to accounts and auditor report. So that is not normally asked in the question. He will just tell you this thing. The determination is normally based on this. Such estimate may need revision. Thus, the increase in the provision is neither in this. The nature and amount of should be disclosed appropriately in the financial statement. That is the wording you have to write. You need not to write it is to be disclosed in auditor report, director reports, or notes to account. You just have to write an answer. It will be it required disclosure. That's it in the financial statement. You have to write in this line only because we are not able to identify what will go to auditor report, what will go to director report, what will go to notes to account. The simple thing is it is required to be disclosed in financial statement. That's it. इतना ही लिखना है आपने बस कि ये उसमें देना है. Should the change in accounting estimate is to be disclosed, accounting estimate change is to be disclosed, change in accounting policy is to be disclosed, but change in accounting estimate is done according to some different things which we have already discussed, because we have already discussed that change in accounting estimate is allowed when our past experience or on the past estimates on the basis of which past information on the basis of which this estimated is made is changed. When second point was there, when we have to we have some we come to know from some other information from the market, new information from the market. Third is our estimate, our experience has tell us that we should have to change it. That's it. So there are three reasons for that. We have already discussed it. Or even change in technology is there, so that is also allowed. If fire occurred before the date of balance sheet, then it's not a prior. Obviously, in that case, he will ask a query regarding your previous year. He will not ask a query regarding this year. So keep difference between AS4 and 5. 4 के बारे में वो जब बात करेगा तो करेगा कि हाँ जी बैलेंस शीट अभी फाइनल नहीं करी या फाइनल कर दी, ऐसे बैलेंस शीट के बारे में बोलेगा. 5 के जब बारे में बात करेगा तो कहेगा पिछले साल में ऐसा हुआ था, इस साल में हम ऐसा कर रहे हैं, ऐसा हो रहा है, वैसा हो रहा है. तो वो इस साल करंट ईयर को भी साथ में लेके चलेगा, उसको भी इंपोर्टेंस देगा बेटा. एक्स्ट्रॉर्डिनरी इवेंट का मतलब क्या होता है? एक्स्ट्रॉर्डिनरी आइटम या इवेंट का मतलब है जो कोई सोच ही नहीं सकता वो हो जाता है. अर्थक्वेक आ गया, सुनामी आ गई, हमारे किसी मतलब ऐसी चीज जो दुनिया में हमने सोची नहीं होती जल्दी कहीं, हम लोग रेयरेस्ट ऑफ द रेयर होता है, उसे एक्स्ट्रॉर्डिनरी कहा जाता है. ठीक है. एग्जैक्टली राइट बेटा. अब्दुल इट्स ओके. Exactly right, beta. Shivlani, you are 100% right. Angel, very good. Yeah, Priyanka, COVID. Yeah, Priyanka has given an example of COVID. That is also right. Like COVID has happened, you know. Like Shivlani has given an example regarding Iraq war. That is also possible. Loss by fire, loss by big theft in our organization. That is also an example. So एशियन ओवरसीज लिमिटेड रीड दिस एंड गिव द आंसर बेटा जिन्होंने आंसर नहीं दिया फटाफट आंसर दो इसका तभी हम आगे चलेंगे एशियन ओवरसीज लिमिटेड oil wells were damaged in Iraqi war in November. Claim preferred with the insurance company pending the settlement by the insurance company. Neither any provision nor any disclosure has been made. So that is obviously a point of discussion because here this problem is based on AS4 and 5 both. Because in this case, the oil wells have been damaged and the amount of insurance claim in respect thereof is not determined till the end of the accounting year. Hence, the resulted rows should be provided for in accordance with AS4. So provision is required to be done. But later on, if there is any recovery, obviously it is to be adjusted. Since the loss is not expected to recur frequently or regularly, it should be disclosed in an extraordinary item as per AS5 because he has already mentioned that damaged in November 2002. So claim preferred with the insurance company pending the settlement by the insurance company, neither any provision nor any disclosure has been made. So we should have to go for the answer of 2002-3 only. That's it. We need not to even give the answer of 3-4. It is not required at all. We can give, but it is not compulsory. So this line may or may not be given. It is up to your choice. Because here he is talking about the disclosure or the working in 1 year only, that is 2002-3. If he is talking about 2002-3, we are not going to take any stress or we are not going to discuss anything about AS5. This is the way how it is given in your suggested answers in that year. But I think this may not be given. In this case, we should have to write that in the present case, the oil well, we should have to refer the contingencies and events occurring after the balance sheet date because here it should be correlated with contingencies and events occurring after the balance sheet date because the loss has already been occurred and we should have to provide for the full loss if there is no chance of insurance claim. If we can evaluate the amount of claim which we can recover, we should have to reduce the provision accordingly. That's it. Otherwise, full provision is to be required. So provisioning is to be done in this case. Theft is an extraordinary item, no problem. Theft, fire, lockout, strike by the employees because we are not expecting all these things. Liability should be provided, and if there is any expected income, then it should be disclosed separately at contingent asset. Exactly, Pranav. Very good. Very good. Anuradha says now earlier she got confused with AS. Now she is clear on the AS. So that's very nice. Good for me. A good comment for me even. Vimal Kumar, salary arrest wise extraordinary or salary areas. Area salary is just a ordinary activity because if it is known to us in the last year, if it has already been provided for in the last year by the company, then obviously there's no problem because it has already been shown as an outstanding expenses in our profit and loss account. In our profit and loss account, it has already been written off. But if it was not shown earlier, it come to this year, we have to show it in this year, then there may be an opinion that if it was wrongly omitted, then it is a prior period item. If it is not a wrongly omission, it is just a new revision of some वर्किंग कुछ रिवीजन करी है हम लोगों ने डिस्कशन करी उसके बाद म्यूचुअली एग्रीड हो गया कि हमें पिछले 2 सालों की सैलरी को चेंज करना है वी आर गोइंग टू चेंज द सैलरी ऑफ प्रीवियस 2 years. In that case it is an ordinary activity. That is it. क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 इन हिंदी. बेटा इसमें सिंपल लिखा हुआ है कि हमारी जो एशियन ओवरसीज ऑयल लिमिटेड है ना, इसमें इराक की वॉर में ना इस कंपनी के जो वेल्स थे, ऑयल वेल्स थे, वो डिस्ट्रॉय हो गए. इन्होंने क्लेम कर दिया इंश्योरेंस कंपनी के पूरा लॉस रिकवर करने के लिए. अभी पता नहीं कि इंश्योरेंस कंपनी क्लेम देगी नहीं देगी, कितना देगी हमें नहीं पता. हमने उस लॉस की प्रोविजनिंग नहीं करी, ना ही उसको डिस्क्लोज करा, जो कि बिल्कुल गलत है बेटा. अगर आपका लॉस हो गया है, पहले तो लॉस को डिस्क्लोज करना जरूरी है, उसको किताबों में डालना जरूरी है, उसकी वैल्यूएशन करो, जितना लॉस हो गया उसको उठा के किताबों में डाल दो, पूरा लॉस डाल दो, क्योंकि लॉस तो हो गया है। ठीक है ना। अब आपने इंश्योरेंस कंपनी से क्लेम के बारे में बात करी है, तो क्लेम मिल भी सकता है, नहीं भी मिल सकता है, इसलिए हम लोगों ने क्या करना है, 100% प्रोविजनिंग कर देनी है। इफ वी आर अनेबल टू इवेल्युएट कि कितनी अमाउंट मिल जाएगी, अगर हमें लगता है कि इतनी अमाउंट मिल जाएगी तो उतनी माइनस करके बाकी की प्रोविजनिंग कर देनी है। मान लो 100 करोड़ का लॉस हुआ है, तो 100 करोड़ सारे का सारा आप प्रॉफिट लॉस में डाल दोगे बाय वे ऑफ प्रोविजन फॉर लॉस ड्यू टू डैमेज ऑफ ऑयल वेल्स, दैट्स इट। बट इन केस हमें लगता है कि इसमें से 100 करोड़ में से 80 करोड़ तो हमें रिकवर हो जाएगा, तो 20 करोड़ की प्रोविजनिंग करनी है, दैट्स इट। बट डिस्क्लोजर देना जरूरी है और प्रॉपर इसको करना है। Hence, the resultant loss should be provided for in accordance with AS4. The provision of loss should be reduced by the probable recovery through insurance claim. That's it. वही लिखा हुआ उसने बेटा। Sir, in AS9 may also be good answer for this question. No, beta, AS29 have some different opinion. When you will go for AS29 questions, you will come to know. अभी मैं उसको इसलिए नहीं कर रहा क्योंकि उससे आप कंफ्यूज हो जाओगे। So let's do question number 7, beta. Question number 7, fast. Do question number 7, beta, fast. A sum of rupees 10 lakh is received from an insurance company in respect of a claim for loss of goods in transit costing rupees 8 lakh. So this amount is credited to purchase account. Obviously, this is wrong. 10 lakh rupees is received from an insurance company, beta, in respect of a claim for loss of goods in transit. So what it is to be done? See, here it is. So obviously, he is not talking about the previous year because the amount is received in the next year and the entry is made accordingly. So he is talking about the next year, not the previous year, because in the last year, whatever he has done, he has not discussed about that. He's talking about when the amount is received. He says when the amount is received, we have entered it in the purchase account, which is purely wrong. Because if the amount is received, it is called insurance claim. Okay. So here there is a rectification which is to be made. The claim for loss of goods in transit is arising out of the ordinary activity, because claim is received in as an ordinary activity. There's no problem because we have already made the claim. But the amount is good because 8 lakh rupees have been received. So it is to be shown as a separate head because we have received it as an income. So it is to be shown in the revenue side. Okay. So it is to be shown as an income in the revenue side, 8 crore, 8 lakh. Purchase account is not appropriate as it will distort the purchase made during the year and consequently the GP. So the simple working is there, not too much technical working is there. कोई tough नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है. Auditor should value the inventory lost and ask for insurance agreement. Let it be very much clear, whenever there is a loss due to insurance or due to this fire or theft, etc., then the entry is very much simple. We should have to pass an entry in the trading count, obviously, or we'll have to adjust it from the purchase account. That's okay. But when the amount is received, this is not right. You should have to send me the entry, whatever entry is passed when the loss has been occurred, first. When goods are lost, what entry we have to pass, beta? क्या entry डालते हैं हम लोग? Exactly right. Maximum students have given the right answer. I think you are now clear on this. Yes, we'll go for the next one later on. Just tell me what will be the entry that is known to everyone, I think, because the entry will be very simple. Whenever loss will occur, loss by fire account debit to purchase account. And if we are expecting, no, this is not an estimate that we'll get this much amount. Estimates, change in accounting estimate, we will cover. Whatever estimates we are taking for accounting in routine, because that is accounting estimate. So whenever we are doing accounting for many years and we are making an estimate which will be followed every year, like life of an asset, like provision on debtors, like you may say scrap value estimate. These are the estimate. These are accounting estimate which are made. But while talking about this much situation, that how much claim we will get, this is regarding contingencies and events occurring after the balance sheet date. Because in this case, if we'll talk about the last year, in the last year we have assumed that there's no chance of any recovery. So accordingly, we have not reduced the provision. We have written off the full loss because we are expecting that there's no chance of any recovery. But in the next year, if some recovery is made, in that case, the entry is very simple. That will be bank account debit to insurance claim, and then insurance claim will be credited to our credited to our revenue side, that is in profit and loss account. That's it. Very simple. So I think these all are clear. Coming to next. So let's have a break. We'll come after the break and then discuss further. It will be a better option. I think we should have to go for the AS 19 after the break. Would like to cover some questions from this in this way in some other lecture where I'll get the time. So today I would like to start the AS 19 after the break. So, sir, go for the break. Welcome back at IC classes. So we are discussing about application of accounting standard. But already we have covered a lot in our previous session. We have started from AS4, gone for many years, covered up to AS18. Today we are going to cover AS19. Okay. Leases. If we'll talk about the exams, then this is a good AS because in exams we'll normally get question from this AS. So before starting that, I would like to announce a good thing. Purnima, who has mentioned that, good morning, sir, myself Purnima, I cleared intermediate. Just wanted to thank you and IC for these coaching classes. It has been very helpful. I scored 71 in your subject. Once again, thank you very, very much. Hope students like me will definitely continue to make use of these classes. Congratulations, first of all, to Purnima. I remember Purnima, she was attending my last classes also. In our group 1 classes, she was there. You have cleared group 1 or both the groups? Good, very good. She have cleared group 1 maybe. Purnima, you have cleared group 1 or group 2? So first of all, congratulations to Purnima ji. Second, देखो students, you should have to now take seriously about these classes because these classes are of very beneficial. We are making continuous effort to help you to get good marks in your exams, to clear this without any tension. Purnima, so major congratulations to Purnima. She have cleared both the groups. Very good, very good. So this means for you have cleared these two groups with advanced account with 71 marks in advanced accounting. That is a matter of major thing. Good, very good. So big success by Purnima. Very good, shabash. So she have cleared both the groups from South India. She is thankful to ICI. I am also thankful to ICI. So मिलके हम सब ने वो कर दिखाया जो ना सोचा था किसी ने, ना हो सकता था, बट वो हो गया. So इसे कहते हैं कुछ खास कर जाना, और पूर्णिमा ने ये करके दिखा दिया. Let's congratulate her. Very good, very good. So coming to the AS now, coming to our study part. I'm from Bangalore. Okay, Purnima is from Bangalore. So really good to listen. Very good. So let's start with AS19 leases. This AS is specifically for discussing about accounting policies to be followed. By whom? Lessees and lessors. Now, what is lessee and what is lessor? Lessee who takes it on lease, that is, you may say tenant, just like, not actually tenant. Lessor is just like owner. Everyone should send a congratulations to Purnima. Priyanka has sent it. Good, good, good. So Purnima is congratulated by Priyanka. Very good. Not by others. That is very bad. So all must have to congratulate it. देखो ना, एक कहावत है कि अगर आप जिसकी शादी हो रही है ना उसका लड्डू खा लो तो आप लोगों की भी शादी हो जाती है. तो ऐसे सुनने में आया है. शादू के लड्डू खाने से कहते हैं भी दूसरी की शादी भी हो जाती है. तो इसी तरह से कहा जाता है कि जो किसी के खुशी में खुश होता है तो उसको भी वो खुशी मिल जाती है. तो अगर आप पूर्णिमा की खुशी में खुश हो तो उसको कंग्रेचुलेट कर रहे हो, तो इसका मतलब है भगवान आप पे भी दया करेगा और आप भी जल्दी क्लियर हो जाओगे. इफ यू विल बी हैप्पी इन द success of some other, then obviously you will also get success because God gifts you that you are happy with others. So Purnima, many students are congratulating you. Radhana is congratulating you. Pratiksha is congratulating you. Shivlani is congratulating you. Angel is congratulating. Very good. So many congratulations from our side. Would like to see you in CA final also. And also, I would like to suggest you to go for practical knowledge now. Get the practical training, get the practical knowledge. For any sport, you may get assistance of all of us. We are always available for you, beta. Pranav is also congratulating you. लख लख बधाइयां दिल से. विमल कुमार, ज्योति झा, everyone. So, talking about tenant and owner, the appropriate accounting policies and disclosure in relation to financial leases and operating finance lease and operating lease. So there are two types of leases, beta. Okay. So these are the major things which come out of this definition. One thing is कि अरे भैया हुआ क्या, ए ने बी को अपनी जगह रहने के लिए दे दी, बिजनेस के लिए दे दी. यहां पर तो बिजनेस की बातें हो रही है सारी. तो ए ने बी को अपने बिजनेस की जगह दे दी काम करने के लिए. अब देने के टाइम पर एक तो एग्रीमेंट होता है हमारा. जिस एग्रीमेंट में हम क्या करते हैं कि जस्ट सिंपल हम लोग रेंटल एग्रीमेंट कर लेते हैं. ठीक है. एक हो जाती है लीज. तो जो लीज है ये आप लोगों को एक फिक्स्ड पीरियड के लिए आप उसको दे देते हो. ठीक है. उसमें मान लो 4 years, 6 years, 10 years, कुछ भी आप पीरियड फिक्स कर लेते हो. 100 years, कुछ भी हो सकता है इसमें. तो उसको लीज कह दिया जाता है. तो हम लोग रेंटल एग्रीमेंट को तो एग्रीमेंट ही नहीं मानते यहाँ पर. एक्चुअली जब भी कोई पर्सन दूसरे को अपनी जगह रेंट पे देता है तो उसको लीज एग्रीमेंट के अंदर ही देनी चाहिए. तो ऐसा माना गया है. और लीजेस को 2 पार्ट्स में डिवाइड कर दिया गया. जहां आपको लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए देना है वहां पर फाइनेंस लीजेस आ गई. कुछ और भी रीजन हैं फाइनेंस लीजेस के. और एक ऑपरेटिंग लीजेस आ गई. वैसे फाइनेंस लीज का जनरल मीनिंग मैं आपको बता भी देता हूँ. फाइनेंस लीज का जनरल मीनिंग होता है कि आपने लीज पे तो दिया, पर कुछ इस तरह से दे दिया कि आप दोबारा वापस नहीं लेने वाले उससे जगह. आपने उसे लॉन्ग टर्म लीज पे नहीं दिया, लाइफ टाइम लीज पे दे दिया. एक तरह से आपने दे दिया तो आप दूसरी बार वापस लेने वाले ही नहीं हो. आपने कुछ ऐसी प्रोविजन उसमें रख दी है कि चांसेस है वही इसका ओनर बन जाएगा. ऑपरेटिंग का मतलब है दिया फिर वापस भी ले सकते हो. उसकी ऐसी कोई फेवरेबल कंडीशंस नहीं है कि वो उसको रख लेगा. जब भी उसको एक्वायर करना होगा उसने जगह को, उसको एक जनरल लेमैन की तरह ही चलना पड़ेगा, न्यू पर्सन की तरह ही चलेगा. उसको कोई फेवर नहीं मिलने वाली. फाइनेंस लीज में हमारे जो टेनेंट है उसको एक फेवर मिल जाती है किसी ऐसी. जैसे हमने ये लिख दिया उसमें फाइनेंस लीज में एक पॉइंट लिख दिया कि अगर आप हमसे जगह लीज पे ले रहे हो तो उस केस में आफ्टर 20 years अगर आप इस जगह को खरीदना चाहोगे तो आपको ये जगह सिर्फ और सिर्फ 50% रेट पे मिल जाएगी, जो भी मार्केट वैल्यू होगी. मतलब जो मार्केट प्राइस है उसका 50% आपको पे करना है और जगह आपको मिल जाएगी. अब ये तो फेवर होगी ना उसकी. तो अगर आप उसकी फेवर कर रहे हो तो फिर दैट इज अ सेपरेट इशू. तो इसमें फेवर वाली बात आ जाती है बेटा. ऑपरेटिंग में ऐसा कोई फेवर नहीं है. आपने उसको जगह लीज पे दी और उसे कहा कि ठीक है ये 10 साल के लिए है, 10 years के बाद आपको वापस करनी पड़ेगी. दैट्स इट. बाकी हम लोग डेफिनेशन में जाते हैं. लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड इन इंग्लिश नाउ. In English, I would like to tell you in simple words that A has given a land, given a property on lease to B, and the agreement is not rental agreement. It is a lease agreement. Lease agreement and rental agreement have no major difference. Basically, rental agreements are no agreements at all. Actually, there should be a lease. Whenever you are giving any property to someone, it should be given on lease. Lease may be of 2 years, 3 years, there's no problem. It may be of 50 years, it may be of 100 years, anything. So there's no worry about it. Okay. So there are two types of leases. One is finance, second is operating lease. In finance lease, the favorable conditions are created in that particular lease agreement that later on, after the expiry of lease, if lessee is interested to take over the property, take over the ownership of that property, then he is more favored. Like he has given an offer that after 20 years of the lease, you have the right to purchase this property at 50% of the market price at that time. So that means for he has been given a special favor, beta. If he has given a special favor, then obviously in that case, this is called finance lease. If no such favor is there, then it is called operating lease. Is that clear? Note it down with you. Obviously, in this case, rental will be paid, which is called lease rental. So wherever we are giving anything on rental on lease to someone else, that is called lease. Except 4 cases that is given here. Read it. Read these 4 cases, beta. These are the 4 cases. Read that. So it means for land is not taken into this. If land is given on lease, then it is not covered under AS 19. Building must be there. And video, motion, films, oil, gas, and where agreement that the contracts or services that do not transfer right to use the assets. So these 4 are there. I think this is all clear to everyone. Very good. Key terms. Non-cancelable lease. What means for the non-cancelable? This land agreement to use land refers to agriculture purpose or general purpose, any purpose. If land is given on lease, that will not be covered under AS 19. Let it be very much clear. Fourth point is not written in module whether it is included or not. It must be included agreement that the contract for service. Basically, it means for that there is a service agreement. Like chartered accountant is providing service to someone. So that is obviously not covered under lease. If I have made an agreement with the ICA that I will serve you for 5 years, if I have made an agreement with ICA that I will provide my services for 5 years, that means for that is a service agreement. That is not a lease agreement, obviously. Even it is for a period of 5 years or 10 years or 100 years, that is not a point of consideration. Because here no property is transferred, here services are to be given. Why this is not? This is all about discussion at the time when this AS is prepared. Now, we know it very well that land is something else because land has already land is given for many agriculture purposes and some other purposes. So due to the reason of keeping in mind that land should not be covered under any AS, it has been kept aside because here in India we have a very good land which is good for growing any type of agriculture, and we can't give it on covered under any particular law. That law is already prepared separately. Motion pictures have some different type of working. Obviously, that is not a transfer of any property. That is an intangible property, so that will be covered under intangible assets. Natural resources are also covered under special laws. Special laws are there. So key terms, non-cancelable lease. What is a non-cancelable lease? Now, leases are of many types. So we are discussing about that. One thing is non-cancelable lease. So whenever you will get this point, it means for this lease can be cancelled only and only. It is a non-cancelable lease if this can be cancelled with the permission of the lessor. So obviously, if it can be cancelled with the permission of lessor, is a lease that is cancelable upon the occurrence of some remote contingency. But these are the 4 cases. If it is due to the reason of some remote contingency, this will happen only then this lease can be cancelled. Then it is a non-cancelable. If it can be cancelled with the permission of the lessor only, means lessee is interested to do it, but lessor is not interested to do it, then it is not a non-cancelable. It is a non-cancelable lease only and only if it can be cancelled with the permission of lessor. If the lessee enters into a new lease for the same or an equivalent asset with the same lessor, means even one more thing is there. I have taken a lease, taken a property, that is A has taken a property on lease from B. A has taken from B. Now, it has been specifically mentioned in the agreement that this lease can be cancelled only and only if A will enter into another agreement with B. If the lessee enters into a new lease for the same or an equivalent asset, will enter into an agreement with B for the same property or just like same property. मतलब इसमें जो है ना, अगर आप देखो बेटा, तो ये लिखा गया कि लेसी जो है वो अपनी मर्जी से, ये नहीं कि लीज ले ले और छोड़ दे। अगर वो अपनी मर्जी से लीज ले सकता है और छोड़ सकता है, फिर तो वो कैंसिलेबल लीज है। अगर लेसी अपनी मर्जी से लीज छोड़ नहीं सकता है तो वो नॉन कैंसिलेबल, सिंपल वर्ड्स में ही है। क्योंकि ये नहीं कि हाँ जी मैंने लीज पे ले लिया तो मैं, बिकॉज इसमें ना देखो ऐसा होता है कि लीज पे लोग क्यों देते हैं, ताकि वो इनकम अर्न कर पाए। अब मैंने एक प्रॉपर्टी किसी को लीज पे दे दी 100 ईयर्स के लिए, तो मेरा पक्का हो गया ना कि 100 ईयर्स तक मैं उसमें से अर्निंग करूंगा। अब उसमें से वो 30 ईयर्स के बाद कहता मैंने तो ये लीज पे नहीं लेनी थी, तो उस केस में ये कैंसिलेबल लीज है, अगर उसकी अपनी मर्जी चलती है। अगर उसमें हमारी मर्जी चल रही है, उसमें हमने ये 4 पॉइंट्स लिखे हैं कि अगर ऐसा हो गया तो करेंगे, और दूसरा लेसर की परमिशन के बिना नहीं हो सकता, upon the payment of the lessee of an additional amount such that at inception continuation of the lease is reasonably certain। मतलब एक पर्टिकुलर अमाउंट फिक्स किया कि अगर आप छोड़ोगे तो आपको 1 करोड़ रुपए हमें देना पड़ेगा, शुरू में बता दिया था। तो उस केस में ये एक नॉन कैंसिलेबल लीज है। सो दिस इज डन ड्यू टू द रीजन बिकॉज इन दैट केस if lessor is interested to have a fixed income and given some property on lease, then he is not interested to leave that income and he is interested to let it continue. Is that clear? Now this is the word MLP, minimum lease payment beta. Renewal of lease, okay, that is not called a lease, that is contract. Okay, give the example of remote contingency. Remote contingency is simple, that if अगर मुझे बेटा हो गया तो आप मुझे ये लीज वापस कर सकते हो, अदरवाइज नहीं कर सकते। मतलब उसमें एक कंटीजेंसी फिक्स कर देगी कि अगर मेरा बेटा जो बाहर गया हुआ है, अब्रोड गया हुआ है, वो वापस आ गया तो आप मुझे वापस कर सकते हो, अदरवाइज नहीं कर सकते। कुछ भी ऐसी कंडीशन फिक्स कर दी जो कंडीशन उसके कंट्रोल में नहीं है, तो उसके कंट्रोल में नहीं है किसके, लेसी के, तो उस पर ये कंडीशन लगा दी गई है, तो दैट इज कॉल्ड रिमोट कंटीजेंसी, कि अगर ऐसा होगा तो ही आप कर सकते हो। अगर गवर्नमेंट ने जो जगह का रेट हमारा डबल कर दिया तो आप वापस कर सकते हो, अदरवाइज नहीं कर सकते। हमारी जो प्रॉपर्टी का रेट है वो 1 करोड़ है इस टाइम पे, अगर प्रॉपर्टी का रेट बढ़ के 2 करोड़ हो जाए या उससे ज्यादा हो जाए तभी आप वापस कर सकते हो, अदरवाइज नहीं कर सकते। एनीथिंग if it has been mentioned that if the value of the property will double, then you can return it back to me, then you can cancel this lease. So that means for this is a non-cancelable lease. If it has been fixed that my son has gone abroad and if he will come back, then only then you can return it back to me. Any remote contingency which is not expected by others. Okay, now MLP means for what? Minimum lease payment. Lease and hire purchase are somehow different. Hire purchase, in hire purchase we are selling the property, we are not giving anything on lease, on rental to others. That is just a word which has been mentioned there, that we have given this property, we have sold this property to someone, but if he will not make the payment, then we have to recover rental from him. So that is a separate type of concept, but that concept is purely different. In that case, our vision is very clear that we are going to sell it. Here vision is not to sell it, here vision is to earn rental on it. We are not going to acquire get the payment in one go, that's it. In hire purchase, if the if the hire purchaser makes the payment in one go, we are always thankful to them, because in that case our risk is this, that he may acquire the goods and he will not make the payment. and we have to get back the payment, get back the goods. Here, this is very much clear. This has been given on rental. If you'll not make the payment, obviously we have full right to get back the goods. Here, there's no problem. Here, there's full right with us because here we have not sold the property. In hire purchase, we have sold the property. MLP. What means for the MLP? That means for the minimum payment to be made in full lease term. If the lease has been given for 10 years, then whatever we will get, or whatever lessee will pay, lessee is to make, lessee is to pay. We'll calculate it. Like, let's take an example that a property is given on lease by A to B for rupees 50,000 per month for 10 years. So that means for total payment of 10 years is 50,000 into 12 into 10. That is 60 lakhs. So you have to reduce any tax to make excluding contingent rent, cost for services or taxes to be paid and reimbursed to the lessor. It includes we have taxes worth rupees 50,000 per annum to be paid by us, which is reimbursed by lessor. If lessor is not going to reimburse it, then there's no problem. Like 60 lakh is there. Let's understand it. In addition to that, we have to pay taxes. We have to pay water bills. Water bills, we have to pay taxes. We have to pay repair expenses. Taxes we have to pay every year. And we have paid total taxes worth rupees 5 lakh during the 10 years period. Repair expenses we have paid 3 lakh during the total period. So total payment is made by him, by the A, that is lessee, is 68 lakh. But out of that, lessor will reimburse. Lessor matlab B. B will reimburse taxes to us. So he will reimburse means he will pay 5 lakh to us. So he will pay rupees 5 lakh to us. That means for our net payment is 63 lakhs. Net we have paid 63 lakhs. So this 63 lakh is what? This is MLP. Note it down with you. Note it down. Reimbursed by lessor. So this is MLP. See, is that clear? Note it down. इसको लिख लो बेटा. ये स्टडी को लिख लो. बाद में फिर आप कहते हो कि मुझे समझ नहीं लगा तो मुश्किल हो जाता है. नहीं कवर की हुई मेरे से, मतलब मेरे से या किसी तरह से भी जिन्होंने कवर ही नहीं. अशोक जी, मैं दूसरी साइड पे कह रहा था क्योंकि इस साइड मैंने लिखना होता है. दूसरी साइड पे अगर आप कर दो ना तो ज्यादा बेटर रहेगा. अशोक जी, आपने जिस साइड करा है इसके बदले दूसरी साइड, ऊपर ही पर दूसरी साइड. Today is not the last session because we have many years available with us and we have to cover that. In our next session, we will cover the next years, obviously, and it will continue. Because our syllabus covers total 13 years, and we have covered maybe up to today, we have covered up to 7 or 8 years. Respected sir, the service agreement point in the scope. Exactly, beta. Rajiv Sharma, you have to go for the material given in your BOS website because this is the latest and updated material given here. Now, one more thing is to be added, which you have to understand. We will discuss it in detail later. And that is, in the case of together with any residual value granted by or on behalf of the lessee, and in the case of lesser, any residual value granted to the lesser. So these are two things. What is residual value, beta? Residual meant for scrap value, just like balance value, that at the end of A has given the property to B on lease for 10 years. The example is already continued. 50,000 per month. I'm just taking a general meaning, not taking it too much technical meaning so that you can understand it better. So for 10 years, I have given this on lease. After that is at the end of 10 years, this has been already decided that the value of property granted at the end of 10 years, that when I'll leave this property, when lessee says, when I'll leave this property, then your property is confirmed to be sold worth rupees 1 crore. So this is what? This is the residual value granted to the lessor. By whom? By lessee or someone else on behalf of lessee, because sometimes we tell to lessee, bring some grantor between us so that we can have a faith on him, because we need a person who have to on whom we both can faith. So that has been finalized. So someone else have given us the guarantee on behalf of the lessee that when lessee will leave the property after 10 years, then obviously this will have value of rupees 1 crore. So this has been granted by him. So it will also be added or by an independent third party financially capable of meeting this guarantee, by some company to whom lessee has requested or lessee has fulfilled his conditions, and on that behalf, that particular company has given guarantee to the lessor that your property will be ready, will be easily saleable worth rupees 1 crore at the end of 10 years. So this has been finalized. 63 lakh is MLP or 5 lakh? Beta, 63 lakh is MLP, which we have discussed earlier. So what is the next step to reimburse the lessor? Beta, let it be very much clear. This AS is very big. It will be covered step by step. Just try to understand the concept, whatever I'm giving to you, because I will compile it at the end. Okay, so this will be compiled at the end. AS ना बहुत बड़ा है, मैं ट्राई कर रहा हूँ इसे छोटा सा बना के आपको दे दिया जाए ताकि आप आराम से अपनी पॉकेट में रख पाओ, अपने दिमाग की पॉकेट में, कि भैया मैंने तो संभाल के रखा हुआ है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, मुझे आता है, मैंने वहां से निकाला और काम कर लिया। बट उसके लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा? ध्यान से सुनते जाओ, समझते जाओ, क्वेरी पूछते जाओ उससे रिलेटेड जो भी है। टैक्सेस एंड कॉस्ट इज नॉट टू बी एक्सक्लूडेड, लेट इट बी वेरी मच क्लियर। एक बच्चे ने पूछा है कि टैक्सेस और कॉस्ट को एक्सक्लूड करना है कि नहीं करना। बेटा मैंने ये कहा है कि अगर तो आपको उन्होंने रीइंबर्समेंट करनी है फिर तो देखो माइनस कर देंगे। अब वो कह रहा है पहले आप पे कर दो, 60 लाख तो आप पे कर ही दो, प्लस साथ में कह रहा है कि जो टैक्सेस आएंगे वो भी आपने पे कर देने हैं, बाद में मैं रीइंबर्स कर दूंगा। तो मैंने 5 लाख टैक्स पे कर दिया। फिर कहता भी आप रिपेयर भी खुद करवाओगे, मैंने कहा करवा लेंगे जी। कहता बट मैं ये रीइंबर्स नहीं करूंगा, मैंने 3 लाख का खर्चा इस पे भी कर दिया। अब टोटल 68 लाख का खर्चा हो गया। 5 लाख रुपए उसने मैं रिकवरी दे दी बाद में, रीइंबर्समेंट। एक तो है उसने खुद पे करा, लेसर ने खुद पे करा, फिर तो मैं ऐड ही नहीं करूंगा। अब लेसर ने पे नहीं करा, पहले मुझे पे करना पड़ा, बाद में रीइंबर्समेंट आई। तो बाद में रीइंबर्समेंट आएगी तो पहले तो मैं ऐड करूंगा ना बेटा। So I'll have to add it first if it is to be reimbursed later on. If I will not have to pay it, it will be paid by the lessor directly, then I will not add it. Added only if it is to be reimbursed later on. Otherwise, no need to add it. Okay, Udit? Now we are discussing about, we have granted, lessee has granted to the lessor that at the end of the lease period, your property will be available for sale for rupees 1 crore. So this is what? This is the residual value of the property at the end of 10 years. This will also be added in this particular MLP. 1 crore. So it will be 1.63 crores. Okay, my dear. I'll understand it later on. One more thing. Now it has been already finalized that the property will be acquired by A at the end of 10 years. At the end of 10 years, the property will be acquired by A for rupees 50 lakhs. So this has been pre-planned. He says this has been pre-planned that this otherwise the value of the property is 1 crore. At the end of the 10-year residual value is 1 crore. But he says, no. I'm giving a right to A that he may acquire this property at the end of 10 years, and A is going to acquire it because its market value is much more. And A is going to acquire, that is at the inception of lease, we know. In that case, 63 lakh, in this 63 lakh, we will not add 1 crore, we will add 50 lakhs. Because in that case, obviously, lessor will not be able to get 1 crore. Na? He will be able to get only 50 lakhs. देखो ना, अगर लेसी और लेसर में पहले ही फाइनल हो गया कि ये प्रॉपर्टी जो है 10 साल के बाद आपको दे सकता हूं मैं अगर आप 50 लाख की लेना चाहोगे. वैसे हमें पता है कि इसकी जो वैल्यू है एट द एंड ऑफ 10 ईयर 1 करोड़ होगी, बट आपको हम 50 लाख की दे देंगे. ये बात हमने ए को पहले ही बता दी. अब हमें भी ये भी पता है कि ये तो पक्का परचेज करेगा, ये तो एक्वायर कर लेगा, खरीद सकता है. मतलब लीज खत्म होगी तो उसके बाद आप इसको एक्वायर कर सकते हो, खरीद सकते हो. तो ये राइट भी मैंने उसको दे दिया कि 50 लाख में मैं आपको दे दूंगा. अब उसमें केस में मुझे 50 लाख मिलेगा कि 1 करोड़ मिलेगा? बी को कितना मिलेगा? 10 ईयर्स के बाद अगर ए इसको खरीद लेता है तो 1 करोड़ की प्रॉपर्टी का कितना मिलेगा? मुझे 50 लाख मिलेगा कि 1 करोड़ पूरा मिलेगा बेटा? Excluding means beta which is to be deducted, which is not to be taken. So due to that reason excluded. Excluded means होता है कि exclude कर दो. So we have excluded it, no beta, we have deducted it. That it means for Uday, this residual value concept should only be in case of finance lease. Don't worry, just do it. We have not yet discussed properly for finance and operating lease. Just wait, we have just taken some examples. Very good, Abdul comes first. Very good. Pritika, that is not yet finalized. About that, nothing is given in the AS because AS is regarding accounting treatment from 1 to 10 years, not after 10 years, what will be done. That is obviously the loss or purchase on sale of asset. So that will be discussed later because that will be as per AS 10. We are discussing about the accounting treatment in the books of lessee and lessor. Once the property will be purchased at the end of 10 years, at that time, obviously lessee and lessor will become purchaser and seller. So AS 10 will be applicable on that spot. This is regarding the treatment to be made during the period of lease. Exactly right. Sonali, Marwa, very good. So 50 lakh will be paid, not the 1 crore, because in this case, property will be acquired for rupees 50 lakh. So that will be added in the MLP. So that has been specifically mentioned here. In this paragraph, it has been mentioned, whatever we have discussed beta. What is fair value? That is known to everyone. So I'm not going to discuss about that. Economic life is normally known to everyone. Already done in the chapter depreciation. Useful life is also known to everyone. Same meaning. Residual value already discussed. General residual value is very simple. That is the estimated fair value at the end of the lease term. That is called scrap value, residual value, one and the same thing. So granted residual value means which has been granted by someone to other. So here for the lessee and lessor, it have some different meaning. So let's understand it better. In the case of lessor, that part of the residual value which is granted by or on behalf, that has already been discussed now, by an independent third party who is financially capable. But in case of lessee, what it means for? In case of lessee, that part of the residual value which is granted by the lessee or by the party on behalf of the lessee, it doesn't include third party. Now, it doesn't include independent third party. It includes only that amount, whatever is finalized or granted. Like in the given case, if you will see here, like in the given case which we have already discussed, the property will have residual value worth rupees 1 crore at the end of 10 years. So if it is granted by lessee, obviously it will be a part of residual granted value in the case of lessee, or if it is granted by someone else to whom lessee has requested, that is on behalf of lessee he has given the guarantee. On behalf of means lessee has requested to give guarantee to his lessor regarding the payment. So he has given the guarantee. So in that case, this will become part of this granted residual. हिंदी में सिंपल मीनिंग है बेटा, एक बात समझ लो कि देखो कुछ भी नहीं है कि हमारे पास जो प्रॉपर्टी है, ये प्रॉपर्टी हमारी कितने की है? प्रॉपर्टी हमारी तो जो है वो इस टाइम पे कितने की उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, इसकी रेजिडुअल वैल्यू जो है वो हमें देखनी है। तो रेजिडुअल वैल्यू देखो सिंपल है कि इसकी 1 करोड़ है एट द एंड, हमें पता है, और इसकी गारंटी किसने दी? 3% है। देखो अगर तो लेसी देता है तो ये दोनों में इंक्लूड करते हैं, चाहे आपने निकालनी है ग्रांटेड रेजिडुअल वैल्यू फॉर लेसी चाहे लेसर, दोनों में इंक्लूड करनी है, या समवन ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ लेसी बेटा तो भी ये दोनों में इंक्लूड करनी है, लेसी में भी और लेसर में भी। और तीसरा आ गया, हमने किसी इंश्योरेंस कंपनी से बात कर ली जिसने हमें गारंटी दे दी कि हाँ जी भी आफ्टर 10 इयर्स आपकी प्रॉपर्टी की जो रेजिडुअल वैल्यू 1 करोड़ होगी। तो ये तो गारंटी जो है वाला केस ये सिर्फ लेसर में इंक्लूड करना है, नॉट लेसी, ये सिर्फ लेसर में इंक्लूड करना है। नहीं प्रणव, द डिसीजन देखो, ये जो बातें सारी आज हो रही हैं हमारी, आज क्या है, आज तो हमें लग रहा है कि वो परचेज करेगा तभी हम ऐड कर रहे हैं। अगर हमें लग रहा है कि वो नहीं परचेज करेगा फिर नहीं ऐड करेंगे ना। तो ये डिपेंड करता है। अगर तो हमें लग रहा है कि वो परचेज कर लेगा 50 लाख में, फिर हम 50 लाख ऐड करेंगे। अगर हमें पता है कि हाँ जी भाई उसने परचेज नहीं करना है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं, हमने फेवर नहीं दिया, फिर 1 करोड़ ऐड करेंगे। और आज क्या है, आज तो हमने लीज पे दिया हुआ है इसको, वो 10 इयर्स के बाद क्या होगा, दैट इज नॉट ए पॉइंट। हमारी जो अकाउंटिंग हम लोग डिस्कस कर रहे हैं बेटा, अकाउंटिंग इज फॉर द लीज पीरियड, not after the completion of lease period, not after completion of lease period। अभी की बातें कर रहे हैं सारी। If we take lease from in foreign currency, obviously AS11 will be applicable to that extent, whatever foreign currency part is there। Why sir after 10 year lessor cannot use own purpose? That is all up to the choice of the lessor. If it has been mentioned in the agreement that you have to take it, only then if it has not been mentioned in that, then there's no problem। ये तो बेटा एग्रीमेंट के टाइम पर है, if everything is finalized at the time of agreement, है ना। You are taking some property on lease from someone and you are making your own conditions that if you will give it to me by this with this condition only, then I'll take it. Otherwise, I will not take it. He says, no, I'm not interested to give you. Then it comes to an end. But if he says, yes, I am agreed with your condition, then there's no problem. In that case, we will have to go by this way. So, अभी कुछ खत्म नहीं हुआ है. It is just started, beta. Now, actual residual value, residual value estimated by us at the end of the period is 1 crore. Okay. Residual value estimated by us at the end of 1 year, at the end of 10 years, at the end of the lease, we are expecting 1 crore. But when we tell to lessee to give us guarantee, lessee says, I can't guarantee more than 80 lakhs. I can guarantee up to, lessee guarantees for lessee guarantee or on behalf of someone or on behalf of lessee or by independent third party. They have given guarantee of 80 lakhs to us. Actual residual value, what we are expecting is 1 crore. But granted amount is 80 lakh. In that case, that 20 lakh is unguaranteed residual value. Ungranted residual value. In exams, we will major get theoretical part out of this AS, not the practical part. So if some question will come, then maximum questions are of theory. What meant for the granted residual value, what meant for the ungranted residual value. So you can memorize it. So I am letting you understand only. You will have to memorize it. That will be applicable. Okay. Not too much practical questions are there out of this AS. So here it is mentioned. Amount by which the residual value of the asset exceeds its granted residual value. If residual value is 1 crore and granted residual value is 80 lakh, that is lessee's guarantee or any other lessee guarantee or on his behalf, anyone else is have given the guarantee. So that is 80 lakh. Then in that case, 20 lakh will be the ungranted residual value. Note it down, beta. Noted? Next part is gross investment. So the definition is very simple. Whatever is the total of MLP, minimum lease payments under a finance lease, from lesser point of view, it is also called gross investment. So MLP is also called gross investment if it is a finance lease. Okay. Unearned finance income. Now, what is unearned finance income? This may be asked from you. In that case, whatever is the MLP, that is the gross investment in the lease. So we have discussed an example of MLP. That was, we have discussed MLP is rupees. How much? Kitna MLP tha beta? Batao. How much was the MLP? 63 lakhs plus 1 crore granted by him. So this was the total amount of MLP, 1.63 crores. Now we have to calculate present value of this MLP. Present value of MLP, and that is calculated through cost of capital and capital budgeting chapter. We have already done in financial management. Already every student knows how to get it. If you doesn't know, you will have to check it out. We have to calculate the present value of MLP, present value of the amount received to us in first year, second year, third year, fourth year, like this, we have to do it. And finally, whatever the amount comes, that is called present value of MLP. Assume it becomes rupees 1.40 crores. Then the difference of 23 lakhs will be the answer, will be called unearned finance income. This is unearned finance income. Note it down with you. With every point, note its example. It will be beneficial for you. Done? Done. Very good. Okay, no problem, Sharon. If we are talking about present value, that is very simple. Like we have to calculate the value of our payments now a time. If we are going to get 60 lakh in 10 years, that means for the payment is not received in one go. It will be received in installments. So that will be, we have to calculate its today's value by multiplying it with the factor, cost factor, we are saying it. So that is to be done, that you can easily understand later on. There's no problem. Yes, exactly, Piyush, you're right. So when this unearned finance income is deducted from gross investment, then it is called net investment. So it means for this is what? This is net investment. Net investment is equal to 1.63 crores minus 0.23 crores is equal to 1.40 crores. One and the same thing, whatever is the present value of MLP, one and the same thing. So this is called net investment. Even it may be called as present value of MLP. So interest rate implicit in the lease, this is also a concept of, you may say, financial management, that particular uh, present value concept. Like in this, we are calculating by this way, that if we are going to get rupee 1 at the end of 1 year, and during the year we can earn 10% on it, then we are doing it like this: 1 divided by 1.10 power 1 year. So that we are doing 1 divided by 1 plus 0.91. 0.91. Assume we are going to get rupees 5 lakh at the end of first year, because we can't do monthly, it's a lengthy process. So we are going to get 0.909 or 991 at the end of 1 year. So it means it has been discounted at 10%. Discounted rate is the rate at which we are expecting that we may earn the income, is if that rupee 1 is with me at the inception, not at the end of the period. So we are getting this amount of rupees 60 lakhs, whatever we have mentioned. Lesser is expecting that he will get this 60 lakh within the period of 10 years, not now. If he is interested to check it out, how much today's amount is equivalent to 60 lakh to be received by him in installments, then what will be the today's amount, which will become automatically equivalent to 60 lakhs. That is obviously a discounted amount, less amount, because that can be invested somewhere at some particular rate. If we are expecting at 10% rate, and we are saying that this amount should be 45 lakhs. That means for if we have 45 lakhs at the beginning, at the inception of the lease, at the starting of the lease, then if we will invest it with at 10% per annum, and we can easily get rupees 60 lakh in that way, the way we are getting it in the given case. So मतलब कहने का बड़ा सिंपल है कि जो हमें 60 लाख रुपया मिलना है 10 सालों में धीरे धीरे करके, वो जो हमें मिल रहा है, अगर हमें सारा आज ही लेना हो तो कितने रुपए लेंगे, तो वो 60 लाख के बराबर होंगे। उसे कहा जाता है डिस्काउंटेड रेट, उसे कहा जाता है प्रेजेंट वैल्यू कंसेप्ट। तो वो मैंने निकाल के दिखाया 0.91। अगर मुझे 5 लाख रुपए मिलना है साल के एंड में, तो उसको मैं 0.91 से मल्टीप्लाई करके ये देख लूंगा इसकी प्रेजेंट वैल्यू क्या है। 1 divided by 1.10 into 5 lakh. This will be 4 lakh 54,545. This is 4 lakh 4 lakh 45 54,545. 4 lakh 54,545. So this is the amount which we'll receive. 4,54,54,545 रुपए. It is just like annuity which has been taught to you in CA Foundation. Exactly right, beta. Just like same. So it will be. We have to make it exact. Okay. Contingent rent is also good thing. What means for contingent rent? That proportion of the lease that is not fixed in amount but is based on a factor other than just the passage of time. That is, this amount may be paid if this will happen. Matlab, this is not finalized in the beginning. Contingent rent meant for you will have to pay 10% extra, or you have to pay rupees. You will have to pay. You will have to pay for the electricity bill, you can say, of any space. No, this is not a good example. Good example maybe this is about contingency. Yes, you may pay for the repair and whitewashing expenses. Whatever incurred. During lease. During the period of lease, you have to pay additional amount of repair and whitewashing expenses, which cannot be estimated in advance at the inception of the lease. So any expense which we have to pay, but which is not confirmed at the time of inception of the lease, that is called contingent rent. Contingent meant where there is a contingency which may or may not exist, or which may exist with, which is based on some one or more future uncertain events. सो मतलब ये कहा जा रहा है कि इसकी व्हाइट वॉशिंग करवानी पड़ेगी तो आपको खर्चा देना पड़ेगा, करवानी पड़ेगी तो। अगर रिपेयर करवानी पड़ी तो आपको खर्चा देना पड़ेगा। मुझे पता ही नहीं रिपेयर कितने की करवानी पड़ेगी, कितने के मुझे व्हाइट वॉशिंग एक्सपेंसिव होंगे। ये सब कुछ जो हम कर रहे हैं, ये बेटा जब हमने लीज पे लिया ना, उस टाइम पे कर रहे हैं। ये जो अकाउंटिंग ट्रीटमेंट की बात कर रहे हैं, ये सारी लीज पे लेने के टाइम पर है। अब ड्यूरिंग द ईयर तो चेंजेस आती जाएंगी। तो एमएलपी हमें जो निकालनी है वो स्टार्टिंग में निकालनी है, एंड पे नहीं निकालनी। स्टार्टिंग में एमएलपी निकालने के टाइम पे मुझे क्या पता मुझे कितने पैसे लगाने पड़ेंगे, तो मुझे जो नहीं पता उसको कंटीजेंट कहा जाता है। ओके, अगर मुझे कुछ एस्टीमेट उसका लग सकता है तो मैं जितना एस्टीमेट लग सकता है उतना ऐड कर लूंगा एमएलपी निकालने के टाइम पर। अगर नहीं लग सकता तो नहीं ऐड करूंगा। सिंपल ये है कि हमें जिस चीज का पता है वो तो हम ऐड कर लेंगे। जिसका नहीं पता वो नहीं ऐड कर पाएंगे, तो वो कोई खर्चा ऐसा हो जिसका हमें नहीं पता तो वो इस तरह से कर लेंगे. Now, the most important part, what meant for the finance lease and operating lease. So, when all risk and rewards incidental to ownership are transferred, then it is called finance lease. When we have not kept anything with us, we have transferred the risk and reward, which says that we are giving it on lease to you, but if any problem will exist, if any loss will exist, if any repair will be there, if any problem will come, you are responsible for that. And all benefits will go to you. Whatever benefits are there, whatever risks are there, that obviously in case of a sale, what happens? We transfer all the risks and rewards, but not but ownership is also transferred in case of sale. Here, ownership is not transferred. All risks and rewards are transferred. Due to that reason, in case of finance lease, lessee is always given benefit because lessee has already taken over all the risks, all the reward. तो उसने लेने ही है because reward he will have to take because he is paying for that. But why he'll take the risk? If property will damage, then obviously that risk belongs to lessor. But here in case of finance lease, this loss will, this, if fire will occur, if any mishappening will be there, if earthquake will come, if any type of mishappening will be there, if someone else will claim on our property, then all these risks will belongs to the lessor in case of operating lease. But in case of finance lease, these all belongs to the lessee only. Means lessee is liable for the benefits as well as for all the risks. So due to that reason, lessee is preferred in case of finance lease, beta. In case of operating lease, only rewards are transferred. Not all risk and rewards are not transferred. Only few are transferred. Okay. Proportionate, partial transfer is there. How it will come to know? How we'll understand this is a finance and this is a operating lease? Conditions are given to you. Situations which would normally lead to lease being classified as finance lease. First point, he says lessee transfer the ownership of the asset by the end of the lease term. So it has been already decided that the property has been given to B on lease, but simultaneously it has been decided that the property has been given to lease by A to B. Okay. Simultaneously, it has been specifically mentioned in the agreement that this property will be, ownership of this property will also be transferred at the end of lease term to B. So this has been predetermined that the property, if exists, it will be transferred. If it doesn't exist, obviously it will come to an end. So all risks are already transferred because we have mentioned that the property will go to B after the end of the period. So if property will go to the B, then obviously this is called finance lease. Lessee has the option to purchase the asset at a price which are already taken. Like the property value will be 1 crore that we are estimating at the end of the period, but we have given a right to the lessee to take it over at rupees 50 lakh only. That is a favorable rate. In that case, this will also be assumed as a finance lease. Or the property or the asset which has been given on lease, we are expecting its life 12 years. And out of that life, we have given it for lease for 10 years, means substantial part of, major part of the economic life of the asset, it has been given on the lease. Now, life of the asset, we are expecting 12 years, we have given it for 10 years on lease. So it means for maximum major part of the economic life is already given on lease. So this is called finance lease. At the inception of the lease, present value of the MLP amounts to at least substantially of the fair value of the leased asset. Now, this means for whatever the company is charging, whatever lessor is charging from him, that is equivalent or just near or equivalent to the amount of the sale value of that property. Now, sale value of property is 5 crores. Okay. So we have calculated the present value of MLP, whatever payment we have to make. So we have checked that the present value of MLP is also 5 crore or a approximate to it, nearby to it. In that case, we are already paying the maximum amount of that particular value. So this will be assumed as a finance lease. आपकी प्रॉपर्टी जो है वो 5 करोड़ की, अगर हम आज बेचते हैं, आज ही मतलब लीज पे नहीं देते, सेल कर देते हैं, तो उसकी मार्केट वैल्यू 5 करोड़ है, 5 करोड़ है. और जब हमने प्रेजेंट वैल्यू निकाली अपनी एमएलपी की, वो भी 5 करोड़ के इर्द गिर्द है। तो इसका मतलब ये हो गया कि आप तो एक तरह से पेमेंट जो दे रहे हो किस्तों में दे रहे हो, पर पेमेंट आप पूरी दे रहे हो। तो इन दैट केस दिस विल बी अज्यूम्ड एज ए फाइनेंस लीज, उसको भी फाइनेंस लीज माना जाएगा। और लास्ट बट नॉट द लीस्ट, जो वो एसेट है जो लीज पे दिया गया है, वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ वो लेसी ही यूज कर सकता है, और किसी को यूज करने के लिए वो मुश्किल है, इम्पॉसिबल है। उसमें बहुत मेजर चेंजेस करनी पड़ेंगे। द एसेट इज कस्टमाइज्ड फॉर द लेसी, that lessee can use it, no other can use it. If it will be given to someone else, it will need major modifications, which is not possible, which is too costly. So in that case, obviously this asset belongs to the lessee, it doesn't belongs to anyone else. So in that case also it will be assumed as a finance lease. Okay my dear, ये पांचों पॉइंट समझ लगे? नोट करो, इन सभी के एग्जांपल्स नोट करो जो मैंने दिए। All other leases which is not a finance lease is a operating lease. So I will like to give you the homework that you have to read the complete AS 19 in full. Also review the previous AS, that is mandatory, because if you will not review the previous AS, obviously in that case you will not be able to get benefit. I would like to discuss some questions of AS 20 in AS 19 in our next lecture. Practical questions I will discuss. Also, I would like to cover one or more AS examination questions so that you can practice on that. Okay, my dear. So read the complete AS 19. Having any doubt, bring it to me. We will discuss. But sir, we have taken a property is more than expected life. Then how to fix it? But sir, we have taken a property which is more than expected life. Obviously, if you have taken a property whose expected life is 10 years, you have taken it for 12 years. That means you have taken it for a longer period. So this is a finance lease. If the property economic life or useful life is 15 years and we have taken it on lease for 5 years, 6 years, or 7 years, or up to 10 years, then we are not taking it for the major period. But if we, out of 15 years of its life, we are taking it on lease for 12 years or 13 years, then we are taking it for major part. In that case, it will be assumed as a finance lease. So it all depends on the case to case basis. These are separate cases. If asset is used by any other person in direction of lease, then it will counted as finance lease. If asset is used by any other person in direction of lessee, that is all mentioned in the lease, whether it can be given subleased to someone else or not. If it can be subleased to someone else, only then it will be used. Otherwise, it is not possible. I think all points are clear. So read all the points. That will be very important. Okay then. So what is the feedback of today's lecture, बेटा? एक बार feedback दो फटाफट, fast. कैसे समय लगा कि नहीं लगा आप? Is that clear to everyone? Fast, बेटा, fast. How was the today's lecture? We have discussed about the practical case studies, practical questions or examination questions of AS4, AS5. Simultaneously, we have discussed AS19 to maximum extent in a very simple and logical manner. तो कैसा रहा आज का लेक्चर? मुझे थंब नजर नहीं आ रहे? Awesome, very good. Good. Sir, if the economic life of the asset reduces due to an uncertain event and the new life is less than the time period of lease agreement, all these are the different type of cases. Basically, we are not here to discuss in AS19 about these cases. AS19 is just discussing about the accounting treatment of lease when we have given it on lease. Okay, after the during the period of lease, if such thing will happen, obviously it will be a mutual understanding, mutual discussion between the lessor and the lessee, and whatever is decided, that will be finalized. Okay, Shivlani, clear, very useful, sir. Good explanation, very good. Abdul, very good. Thank you, Muhammad Vora. Okay, sir, understood. Very good. Anyone else? और किसी ने नहीं देनी feedback? किसी और को समझ नहीं लगा, then what will be the lease lessee do? In that case, will the agreement come to an end? This is all Priyanka, I'm telling you, this will be a mutual discussion. If there's no asset available with you, then how agreement will continue? If the asset will be damaged, if asset's life will come to an end, obviously he is unable to take back that asset, then why I'll have to pay it? मैं पेमेंट भी नहीं करूंगा, ठीक है ना? मैं पेमेंट तो तभी करूंगा ना अगर एसेट है। अगर एसेट है ही नहीं तो मैं पेमेंट किस चीज की करूंगा? मेरी गलती तो है ही नहीं। हाँ, अगर एग्रीमेंट में ऐसा कुछ लिखा हुआ है कि अगर आप एसेट को डिस्ट्रॉय कर दोगे या डैमेज हो जाएगा तो आपकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, तो डेफिनेट केस है। तो ये सब कुछ एग्रीमेंट में लिखा होना चाहिए पहले। एग्रीमेंट ना ये इसका बनाया जाता है हमेशा, लीज एग्रीमेंट में ये सारी बातें पहले ही प्लान करके आपने लिख देनी है। और लोग लीज एग्रीमेंट बनवाने के लिए आप ही के पास आते हैं, या तो एडवोकेट के पास जाएंगे या सीए के पास जाएंगे। रितिका, क्रिस्टल क्लियर, वेरी गुड। Priyanka, session is awesome and energetic. Very nice, sir. Thank you. Inception of lease we will discuss in our inception का मतलब होता है starting. जब हमने लीज को स्टार्ट करा, that is called inception. Inception means starting of lease. Previous batch student result make me more confident to clear the exam. Very good, Priyanka. You can clear it. You need not to worry. Everyone will clear who will do hard work. So there's no worry. Don't be underconfident. Everyone can clear it. CA exams result is 23%. You may ever assume that approximately 50% of the students are those students which are not preparing at that level, whatever is expected from them, because they are doing jobs and just joining the CA course for time pass कि चलो हम join कर लेते हैं, because it is not too much costly. It is very cheapest course. So people are just paying the money and not continuing it in a proper way, giving the exams and not doing studying seriously. So 50% students are those. So the result is approximately 50%, you may say. If it is 23% or 18%, it is approximately 40 or 50%. And 40 or 50% result for those students who are studying. Obviously, those who are studying, some have good intellectuals, some are teaching from some good teachers, or some are practicing better. They will get good marks. So many things are there. Everyone will clear. I have not seen those students who are doing hard work. I have not seen those students have been failed in the exam, which are doing hard work and doing intellectual work, planning the work and work on plan. Questions are good. Please again take in some other lecture. Exactly, I will do. I think I was said to you, no sir. Exactly, beta. Yes sir. All very important concept criteria included in rent agreement. Okay then. All the best, sir. Close the session.